So this is a short video on functions using Karel. So if I play my program right now, Karel completes this pyramid. I've spaced out my different instructions so that's easier for me to see. But essentially what you'll notice is this is a lot of lines of code. As programmers, we want to be lazy. We want to find the shortest way to do something, and a way we can do this through making functions. So the first thing we do is we recognize these different patterns. Well, if I look at my code, for example, if I want to turn right, I have to turn left 3 different times. But instead of having to write that every single time I want to turn left, I can make a function to do that for me. So down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type, whoops, let me pause that. Down here, I'm going to type function turn right. And this is the name of my function. You can call it whatever you want. I could call it banana or apples or whatever, but I'm going to call it turn right because it makes sense for what I want it to do. I'm going to put these 2 little curly brackets so that everything I want this function to do is inside these curly brackets. And in order to turn right, I need to turn left 3 different times. So if I zoom out real quick, every time I type turn right, it'll turn left 3 times. So for example, I can condense my code from 27 lines to 25 lines by replacing all of this with turn right, and all that to turn right. So now if I hit play, it completes the exact same set of tasks, but with less lines of code. And that's what functions do. Functions allow you to condense your code and make it easier to manage. So you could also make a function that puts a ball, moves, and puts another ball. So I can make a function called put move. And what it does is, I'm going to move down a little, is it says, okay, Karel, every time you see put move, you're going to put a ball, and you're going to move forward. So every time that I want Karel to put a ball and move forward, instead of typing these 2 lines of code every single time, I can just type this line in place of that, saving myself some code. So over here, I can replace all of that with put move. And the same thing over here. So I've saved myself 4 lines of code just by doing that. And as you see, it does the exact same thing in less lines of code. So your challenge is to take these functions, you're going to make as many functions as you can to condense the amount of lines of code you have. So right now I have 23 lines of code. If I make more functions, I can decrease the amount of lines there are. So that's your challenge. Complete the task with the least amount of instructions as possible.